What does a typical day at a Sabis International School look like?
A typical day for our kids, and obviously it's different age groups, and when you're in kindergarten it's different than when you're preparing for external exams.
Yes.
But first and foremost, we're very cognizant of the fact that if you want to be ready for that future, you need to build a solid foundation of knowledge. And we as administrators, as teachers, as school leaders are there to ensure that that foundation of knowledge is dense and packed, and there are no gaps that are created in it. I always like to use the word a Swiss cheese of foundation of knowledge, and we try to make sure if there are holes in that foundation that we fill those holes. And the filling of holes is something that would need more time for than we have to explain. But certainly it is the visibility that we provide our teachers and our staff and our administrators into the learning process. You know, and this is the one thing that parents and educators and administrators in public schools or private schools fail to put enough attention to. You know, we all come to this world with different abilities, even when you are coming from similar households. You know, I have 3 sons, and they each have their own ability, retention ability. And this plays a lot into ensuring that your students are able to continuously learn as they go along. And the tools that we provide our teachers provide them with assessment, ongoing assessment about the retention that is needed by our students in order to acquire new knowledge and additional knowledge.
How do you ensure not just that you have enough teachers or the right teachers, but that the teachers themselves, having been educated traditionally, are flexible and malleable and can move at the speed and the rate of the children, and that they themselves can create that environment that ensures that we educate for the next century?
This is a very important question, in fact, because obviously in our educational sphere, the teachers are always at the center
Yes.
of what we're doing, and you know, it's when we're out there recruiting teachers, what we're mainly looking for is passion for making a difference in students' lives. In return, our contract with them is we're going to provide you with the tools, the support, the methodologies, the visibility into the learning process, so that you can live your passion and you can really end up making a difference, and not just to the brightest of the brightest. And this is what the Sabis International School, Runda, and all the Sabis schools across the world, how they differentiate themselves from other schools, is that we are not selective, academically selective. We've had kids that were labeled as failing kids in other schools, in other private schools, and came to us, and then we worked on building up that foundation of knowledge. And remember what I said, you know, our big advantage is that our teachers have the visibility into our kids' minds, in as far as what they know and what they don't know, and what they know today and what they've forgotten the week after. And they can work with each child to be able to ensure that that child can progress and can move up and reach their utmost potential.
Sabis is now over 100 years.
130 years, in fact 132. Our first school started in 1886. And it started with a Irish missionary that came to Lebanon, to the mountains of Lebanon, and she joined hands with the great-grandfather of my partner, who's a reverend, and their whole objective was to teach the girls in the mountains of Lebanon. We pride ourselves that our quality of education and our systems and methodologies of teaching and learning is consistent across borders. So it's consistent across these 20 countries where our schools are operating. We are the only operator that has both private and public schools that are spread, on 5 different continents.
What is the transition at the end of, the high school or secondary school?
Well, it depends on the country we're in and the students that we're servicing. But usually our students, when they get to the grade 9 level, they're given, we're interviewing them or we're in discussion with them and with their parents to try to find out, do they want to go to local universities? Do they want to go to British universities? Do they want to go to American universities? So we need to be adaptable as a system. And it's not that we only send you to British universities. No. You tell us where do you want to go, and then we prepare you to be able to take the entrance exams that are required by your local universities or the universities of your choice.
Okay, so it's right down to actually looking at different curricula of the different nationalities that are represented in a particular school.
We have to go through an approval process of the curriculum. So the core curriculum is similar across the world. What differs is when you study certain subjects or certain topics. And this in our own world, we call it an alignment process. We have to align our curriculum to the local framework. So the Kenyan Ministry of Education or authorities will have a certain curriculum framework, and we have to just make sure that we are aligned to that framework. We have an extensive team of academicians that are scanning the world and in touch with universities all over the world to try to find out what is the requirement for entry into a certain university. And this flexibility that Sabis has is inherent from the fact that we're the only, that I know of, education provider that owns its own intellectual property. Many parents fall in the day-to-day trap of, I want my child to be successful today. I want my child to do well, end of the year. I want my child to succeed this year. They often forget to throw in the question, will my child be successful in the year 2040? And this is the $6 million question, if you want, that every parent, if anyone listening to us today or later, since it's a videotaped, if they would take one thing from what we've spoken about, and that one thing is they need to ask themselves, what am I doing so that my child is successful in the year 2040?
There's a question for you as a parent, as a prospective parent, even as an educator. This question answered can make the hugest difference in whether our children and our population, our countries, our world is one where we continually grow successful or fall under the pressure that Carl spoke about and lose our children in the way. Where are your offices so that we can come and visit you and find out more?
Our offices at the moment is in the Two Rivers Mall. It's on the first floor of the Two Rivers Mall. And they're open Monday through Friday from 10 to 7 and Saturday from 11 to 3. you know, children are the most precious thing to all of us, and I think it is the duty of parents to do due diligence and to come in and to think in, you know, in the right perspective.
Explore this for yourself. And as always, thank you for watching. My name is Renee Gamal, and this is Capital TV.